risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm Jeff, alongside with me, as always, is my man Tarek. How are we doing, Tarek?
As the week of professional wrestling ends, a new one begins. And out of the ashes, the scholars return to school the masses. You're welcome.
Okay, then.
That's beautiful, man.
That's, amazing, man.
That was deep.
Thanks, I like to play.
I actually thought of that on the way here, so I'm just like, you know what? Let's just have a little fun with this intro, because there really isn't a lot to talk about this week. Well, there is, but nothing spectacular, but that's wrestling for you.
Yeah, truth be told, must confess, I do have an excuse. Mortal Kombat X dropped this week, and
it did.
I admit I wasn't able to catch this week in Raw.
Because the world of Mortal Kombat called your name, oh Scholar Jeff.
What?
Come play me.
Okay.
No, worry, I'm going to get my copy next week, so.
Yeah, and that's a whole other distraction for another time.
I can't wait to play as Predator.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got at least another couple months of it until that drops.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, this is a wrestling show. Let's talk about some wrestling.
Welcome to Scholars of Video Games. Welcome to Scholars of Evo Previews.
No, that's Improv Gaming. Cheap plug!
Hey, guys. Shout out to Improv Gaming boys. Anyway, I think we still need to start off this show with the same way we start off every single show, with a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed. Let us peek behind the curtain and check in on a little backstage news.
And man, all I saw this week was just a weird hodgepodge of some really strange stuff happening. First off, Taz is gone from TNA after all this time, finally.
Did they actually give a reason why he was fired? If so, I didn't read about it.
I didn't see one. Knowing him, he's probably just going off to do his podcast now.
I could be perfectly honest. I would actually like to see him back in WWE to do commentary.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was pretty fun. A lot more fun than Booker T or JBL.
Okay, you got Booker T, yes. JBL,
maybe.
He's got some moments of brilliance where he's actually good.
When he doesn't have Vince McMahon shouting in his ear. Yeah.
Which is not very often.
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised, as a matter of fact. I'm under the impression that Vince is always screaming in everybody's ears. Just be like a chirping monkey.
I must have misunderstood what you said. Yeah, Vince McMahon, nonstop. Bah, 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 say this. Bah, 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 say this. Destroy this segment. No. Destroy this talent. Talk.
Protein powder bars. Damn it.
WWE app. Bah, 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 WWE network. Bah, 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 bah.
Blah blah blah. Tout.
John Cena.
Wait,
did you say tout?
Yes, I said tout.
Even WWE doesn't do tout anymore. At least to my knowledge. At least they don't even talk about it anymore.
You're right, they don't.
That was... Wow.
I think I'm the only one who remembers tout.
No, we all remember tout.
Remember tout. Oh, man, wow. Such memories of tout. Not really.
Did tout even, I'm surprised if anyone really, outside of WWE paid guys, actually signed up for tout.
No one used it. It was all Instagram and whatnot. Speaking of Instagram, have you been checking in on our favorite diva, Eva Marie, lately?
No. Why would I?
Because apparently she's been training at Brian Kendrick's school and is actually learning to wrestle.
Good for her?
Yeah.
I guess?
About a month ago, she started posting photos and videos of herself on Instagram, her taking bumps. 3 weeks ago, it was, I believe, hip tossers or something like that. 2 weeks ago, it was Hurricane Ranas or Frankensteins or something, or head scissors or something like that. This week, it was actually practicing suicide dives.
Interesting.
So she's actually learning to wrestle now.
You know what? With you saying all this, good for her. But there is still one thing.
What's the one thing?
The one problem that even the Bellas still have. Can they act? Can they actually sell promos? Can they actually do in-ring segments? Can they be like, oh no, we're just your typical female, like, high school-esque person in those teenage drama movies? Conformists.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. No. No. No.
You will die.
You will die.
On the bright side, though, I do want to highlight this because it's sort of an ongoing trend that I noticed. There are some people who are just being set up to fail. Like your Roman Reigns is like your Eva Marie's, who just look so bad that they just have this almost insurmountable mountain that they need to climb in order to get any sort of approval from the audience. And you know what? If any of this is true and she's actually making some legit progress, you know, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but kudos to you, Eva Marie. You're putting in the work.
Yeah, I actually thought I'd never hear Jeff say that either. Yeah, that's pretty bold. Good.
Well, hey, at least we're seeing her do something. It's not like the Bellas where we're just seeing them, show up on TV, show up on Total Divas, and not really see what they're doing. At least we're seeing Eva Marie try to do something and putting some effort in.
I will give it to Brie Bella, though. I mean, she was being trained by Daniel Bryan. Nikki Bella, Evil Bella boobs, I don't know. But apparently...
Trained by Daniel Bryan, is that what you call it? Not
Evil Bella boobs, but Brie, yeah. By the lackey Brie, yeah. But you know what? As long as you're... quote, quote, well, you're not quote, you're actually dating John Cena.
Quote, unquote.
Well, she actually is, so there isn't, yeah.
Again, it's what the kids say.
And getting the Evil Bella boob job. I guess that will
Biting my tongue.
That will make Vince McMahon notice you and give you the Divas Championship, making you the most important Bella.
Hey, if we're seriously though, if we're talking heels now, who else do they have right now that's even remotely in that league?
Now Naomi.
Yeah, now we got Naomi.
With a pretty good heel turn on Raw, mind you.
Really?
Yeah. With I guess we're kind of segueing into Raw.
Yeah, some of the parts that we know what happened. Yeah.
I guess we finished the Taz discussion.
Yeah.
Good luck with your podcast, Taz. Hopefully, we'll see you in WWE. There, done.
Bang, done.
All over the place. Back to Naomi. She did they did the whole Divas Battle Royal, which we're not surprised. It's just so funny that if you just are thrown out of the ring, no matter what, like bottom rope, middle rope, top rope, you're out. That's funny to me.
Yeah, just very odd selling. Really, it's just blah. It still comes across as incredibly lazy.
Yeah, Paige winning it by eliminating Naomi last, and commercial, Saxton interview inside the ring, and then Naomi pretty much taking out Paige. And it was it was brutal. BR Oodle. It was pretty nasty. It was a pretty nasty beat down, and actually it looked good. I even liked that before she was wearing her Usos top, and then as soon as it ended, she just ripped it off. I'm like, really? There you go. I actually am liking this. And
are you saying that just because you hate the Usos?
It's not that I hate the Usos. It's just they're getting the tag team John Cena tag team gimmick.
That's fair.
Okay, nothing against them. They're very entertaining. But, and just seeing Naomi rip off her husband's logos, and she's now her own woman, and it's like, it's not even about Paige. She did it back. It's not even about Paige. It's just about getting the Divas Championship. I defeated the champion twice, and what do I got for it? And it's like, you know what?
Nothing but this stupid t-shirt.
Nothing but this stupid t-shirt. She didn't say that, but yeah.
Yeah. It was implied.
It was implied. Yeah. And just led to, like, you know what? Now I'm gonna do whatever it takes to go for the title. I'm just like, yes, I like it. I like it a lot. Well, not a whole lot, but a lot.
It's better than we.
And now we have Paige on a story sideline injury that the doctor said not to have her in the ring for a while. So maybe I could actually see them going triple threat with Naomi, pen falling, Eva Bella boobs.
Pen dropping my pen.
With Paige, Eva Bella boobs, and Naomi being an actually very fun match between these three. But that's probably not going to happen at least for Extreme Rules. I mean, we're only 1 week away.
Yeah, that we just found out maybe 20 minutes before we started recording. Seriously, this is like the lost week in wrestling for us. This never happens. This is bizarre.
Here's what happens. The WrestleMania hangover is fully gone. Fully gone. That whole fun time where everything was actually legit in WWE because of WrestleMania, gone.
Bang. Gone.
Gone.
I'm invincible.
It is now dust in the wind, dude.
Dust. Wind.
Dude.
Speaking of dude, apparently Daniel Bryan is still working hurt.
How is that? Yeah, okay. That's not
Even
surprising.
after all this time, I thought he would be healthy again. And now apparently he's being protected by being put into all these 6-man tags.
And he was fully taken out of the European tour altogether. And I don't really have much to complain about this, because as much as I love watching Daniel Bryan wrestle, it's his health that is the more important factor in this.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
I think of it as a pretty good build for the Intercontinental title match, where it's Barrett doing interviews saying that he doesn't just, pretty much calling him out. He doesn't deserve it. He's the underdog. He didn't deserve to win. He never beat me, blah, blah, blah. And after his match, his U.S. Open Challenge match with Cena, that was... I like it. I like that you're seeing him and then having the champion off on the side. It's something similar to what they did with Lesnar, where the champion shows up at the pay-per-view. And I liked that, even though people liked it at first and then they eventually turned on it because that's the internet wrestling community. They're happy with one thing, but then it's like that gone. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right, I have to hate something that's going on in wrestling. Whereas some people like us, we find reasons, legit reasons, to be upset with the product, and we can actually argue back at it. Whereas people in the internet wrestling community, at least not all of them, but a good chunk of them,
it's just people that get bored.
Finding something to get angry at. Yeah.
People are just getting bored. But again, I am totally on board with how they seem to be handling this so far. If Daniel Bryan is hurt, and again, this is a great segue into the sort of bizarre happenings that happened this week, since this is sort of the lost week in wrestling. We were playing catch-up today, and we realized, wait a minute, what the hell is going on with Extreme Rules? And what are they doing with the card? Certainly, where we're talking about right now, Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title, that actually seems like it could be a legitimately great match. Not just for the people involved, but for the excellent build also.
For both competitors?
Oh yeah, for both competitors.
Yeah.
Bryan is going to be super over, and everyone knows that Wade Barrett can talk, or Bad News Barrett, or whatever you want to call him.
He can talk and he can walk. They both can.
Oh yeah, they can talk and they can walk the walk. Hurt or not, whether he's working with injury or not, I would love to see Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett do their thing. This is probably going to be the match of the night for me when it hits next week.
I hope. It'll probably. That or another match that we'll talk about later. Well, when it comes to match, but stipulation, probably not, but we'll save that for later.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I know what you're talking about right now, but we'll get to that. Anyway, Bryan versus Barrett looks great. This one is a little curious, but it looks like it could be good too. Cena versus Rusev for the Intercontinental title. For the U.S. title in a Russian chain match. Tarek, what the hell is a Russian chain match?
You're asking the wrong person, because I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, let's consult the ultimate authority of these matters. Let's consult the WWE website, which, as we know, of course, is never wrong. Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. As far as I know, it's just a normal steel. It's like a chain match with them being tied, like both of them bound by something similar to the bull rope match. But you know what? It's just a chain match. Just chain. If anything, they'll just have it be red, white, and blue chain.
You know what? I didn't expect this to be correct, but you're absolutely right.
It's a red, white, and blue chain, isn't it?
Quote from the website. Lana revealed she has successfully negotiated the new terms of the previously announced match, which will see Rusev and Cena tethered at the wrist by a length of heavy-duty chain. Wow, I cannot believe they're actually doing that. I thought you were just making crap up, Tarek.
I can be perfectly honest. I was just stipulating. That was my guess of what it is. And you know what? Yes, I was right! Okay.
But the question is, and this is a real question here, is that a good thing?
Hey, it's the rematch. We all know we don't even need the prediction show next week for this one. We already know what's going to happen. And I'm just going to say this. John Cena posted a picture on Instagram of the Spinner US title.
Did he really?
He really did. And no. If John Cena brings back that goddamn belt, I give up. I fully give up on John Cena period. I respect what he's done for the company, but when it comes to his wrestling character, no, you're done to me. You're dead to me. I hate you so much if you do this.
You know what? I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of flack for this, but I, for one, would not mind the U.S. title spinner belt temporarily returning.
Why?
Just because of... It's not even the return of the belt itself. It's how John Cena is handling the reign so far. With all these open challenges and all the matches he's been having, he's been on a pretty good roll lately.
Yeah, he's been on a good roll. But you don't have to tarnish it with adding a bigger toy to the as your championship belt. That was my problem with the current U.S. title now. I still look at it as a toy. And then when I heard talks about them putting a new design, I was happy about it because have it be looking something similar to what the Intercontinental Championship is, a prestigious championship belt, not a toy. And if he brings back the spinner belt, it's once again, oh yeah, I'm just a guy who's trying to sell more stuff, sell more stuff to the kids. And yes, we could. That's part of business, selling stuff for their kids, which I read that they manipulate to make Cena the top selling guy.
Yes, I saw that too.
Shame on you, WWE.
You hate money.
You hate your talent, except John Cena. And if you make it a toy again, make it an even bigger toy than what it is now. You fail. You can never be redeemed for me if you do it.
Yeah, honestly, in all seriousness, I don't think they're going to take that route. I really seriously don't.
I hope it's Cena messing with us.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just, hey, Cena being wacky on Instagram. Say, hey, do you remember this old wacky little thing?
I remember JBL throwing it in a trash can and blowing it up to hell where it belonged.
Well, that's probably where it will remain.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I seriously doubt they're going to seriously bring back the spinner. The spinner is just, it's a throwback to a different era with John Cena. I don't think it's coming back.
Bring us a new design to help have the belt look prestigious.
Right.
Done. There we go. That's all that needs to be said. Good.
Speaking of bringing in something new, here we do have something new. We have the legendary feud of Roman Reigns versus The Big Show in a last man standing match.
What number of matches did Brian say last week? How many matches these two have had? 12, 13?
You know what? That's actually shockingly accurate. I would not be shocked if that's the actual title.
Last man standing match. Okay. Well, I liked how the promo started with Roman Reigns and Big Show. Well, unlike you, I actually did watch Raw, so it's nothing like I didn't have to really catch up fully as much as you did. I just on matches for Extreme Rules and stipulations. For this one, I just like that Roman Reigns, he comes and at first it was him talking about his match with Brock Lesnar. Yeah, sure, 2 or 3 weeks after WrestleMania. Now he starts talking about it. Okay. But it's just really a stem for Big Show to come in. And it just stems with him talking about Big Show I'm knocked out. He got me out of the number one contendership with Randy Orton and Ryback. And Big Show is just like, I'm now making it my personal mission to make sure you stay down, Roman Reigns. You will never be on top. You will always be down. Every time you get back up, I will be there. I will be your shadow. I will be your death.
Meanwhile, Roman's like, I get knocked down, I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. Superman punch. Believe that.
And then it just leads to Big Show completely destroying Roman Reigns and destroying their England taxi display that they had on the stage. And I kind of what's the word? zoning out the crowd with them telling Big Show to retire.
Oh yeah, that's so cringeworthy. Where he just keeps getting these chants of "please retire," and that I can't even imagine what that must feel like.
I love the Big Show. I don't even care how many times they turn him heel or face. It's just the fact that they are trying to convince us, like he's at a point where he should be putting over new talent. I guess that's what this feud pretty much is, him putting over younger talent. Mm-hmm. But let him decide when he wants to go. Who gives a crap about what the people say?
Still, I can't imagine that must.
It really sucks to hear.
Even though this is still a very, very stale series of matches, I just
it hurts to hear that, because just think about what Big Show has done over the years, and I keep thinking of that. And from what I hear, he's the nicest guy backstage.
That he is.
And I believe every word of that. And for people to try and force it down our throat, please retire, or all whatever crap they were saying, shame on you, English crowd. For John Cena, saying that yes, England does deserve a WrestleMania. When it's doing stuff like that, you're just like, okay, come on, guys, the talent deserves better than that.
Quick aside before we move on, do you think there will ever be an English WrestleMania or any other WrestleMania overseas?
I think so.
You do?
Not anytime soon, but yes.
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
I think if we're going to get anywhere, it could probably be overseas, like in the UK, because I know they do have some pretty decent wrestling spots.
Exactly. And why not? I think they would get a lot of coverage for that.
I think so, too. Right, moving on to yet another unusual development, which I did not see coming. You can almost say that it happened out of nowhere. We've got Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton in a no RKO match.
It's not really the no RKO match. It's not a no RKO match. This was the big storyline going in Raw with Randy Orton, and at first he was in a match with Cesaro, which eventually became a handicap match with Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Very good match. At first, when it was Cesaro and Randy Orton, I was just like, this is gonna be awesome. And then it ended. It ended like in a matter of like minutes. And it ended at DQ. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? You had a potentially awesome match, and you're just gonna toss it away like that on a disqualification? And then I really should have known better. Kane comes out and he's like, this match the stipulation is too important to end it on a DQ, so now we're going to make it a handicap match.
Natch.
Did I say Natch?
I said Natch.
Oh, Natch.
Naturally.
Naturally. I thought, I'm like, are you correcting me? Did I say something? Okay.
No. Me correct you never.
And it was a very, very good match between these three guys. It helped put the current tag team champions in a high spot, because they were really putting a number on Orton. And, of course, Orton had to win. He had to, and it really didn't devalue the tag team champions, as some people are saying. There are people saying, it's like, you have your tag team champions, and you're having them getting squashed by Randy Orton. I'm like, there's no squashing in this. It was a very good match, and it was another awesome RKO out of nowhere. So, it was similar to Shelton Benjamin getting the sweet chin by Shawn Michaels, except it became an RKO.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they had that match, and it was a very good match. And then at first it was going to be Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins was kind of pushing Kane into doing the right thing, and he's just like, oh, we should have I think at first Seth Rollins said that it should be against Jamie Noble. And it led to Kane saying, first, oh yeah, it was Noble's like, no offense, Seth, but it was Kane that did all this, and he was putting the blame on Kane that he should be the one to take the fall. And Kane had a great reaction. He's like, Jamie, I'm looking at you, and the first thing that comes to my mind is handcuffing you and connecting your testicles to a car battery. I'm like, that was awesome.
Wow, callback.
I'm just like, because I am forever a Canaanite.
Net.
And Shame on Big Show for saying May 13th or 17th a while back. But yeah, it's like, I see you and a car battery. I'm like, yeah, your car battery and your testicles. Yes!
Yay, testicles!
Ew, fool.
Hey, I have no shame about my own anatomy. Thank you very much.
There you go. And Seth Rollins really did push Kane to do it. At first he was conflicted. Big Show convinced him to do it. And then Daniel Bryan came in and said the Kane I know wouldn't lay down for anyone. And it led to Kane actually kind of snapping. He's like, leave me alone! And I'm just like, wow, Kane is actually getting a big storyline out of this, and I am loving it. The last real time he got a big storyline like this, he took off his mask the first time, and he became the storyline of WWE. When he just showed up on Raw and SmackDown, chokeslamming everybody because he completely lost his freaking mind and just tombstoning Linda McMahon and electrocuting Shane McMahon's testicles. Ha ha ha! Comes full circle.
Callbacks. So what about this match? How do you think it's developing so far?
Orton and Seth Rollins?
Orton and Rollins, yeah.
Well, continuing in, Kane eventually did take the fall, but after he chokeslammed, he did chokeslam Rollins because he's Kane and that's what he does, and he's signaling the tombstone, but then he changed his mind. He just took Seth Rollins' carcass and just laid it on top of him, 1, 2, 3, and he just got up and walked away, and that was the last you saw of Kane. They had a backstage segment like on Raw Fallout on YouTube, Kane just storming out. He was not a happy camper on that one. And he'll probably get a little punishment for chokeslamming Seth Rollins this week. But yeah, Seth Rollins, he's got his stipulation. And I believe this was the final segment. I'm not sure.
Could very well be. I think it was, actually.
Seth Rollins comes in with Patterson and Briscoe 2.0 and satin cool leather chairs in the middle of the ring. And he named the stipulation, I'm going to take Randy Orton's greatest weapon away. Ooh, excuse me. His greatest weapon away. And that's his RKO. So, my stipulation, no RKO. Orton comes out, well, I think he came out already. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to take away your greatest weapon. And that's the Authority. And I'm going to put us in a steel cage match. And I'm just like, you know what? Yes, it makes sense. But I kind of want to see it go one step further. I was just like, you know what I want to see?
What do you want to see?
I want to see Randy Orton be like, you know what? I want us to have a steel cage match. And not just a steel cage match. There's going to be no door, like no escape this cage. The only way to win is to pin me. Pin or submit me. The top of the cage, because this is Extreme Rules, the top of the cage will have barbed wire, so there's no escape. The door will be fully chained, and no one will be allowed to open it. The only way to win is to pin and submit me.
Whenever you say there's barbed wire at the top...
Don't think of that JBL poster.
I was not thinking of... JBL poster? No.
When, what was it? I think it was Extreme Rules, or it was the ECW pay-per-view, and it had JBL climbing over the cage with barbed wire added, photoshopped into the picture. You just see JBL. Oh!
That's not actually what I was thinking. I was actually... that whole visual just gave me a call back to the first pay-per-view I ever saw. WCW Uncensored. The main event was a barbed wire cage match. Hollywood Hogan versus Ric Flair for the WCW title. The first pay-per-view I ever saw. Or I ever ordered, rather.
And what was it? The same thing? Only went... Because I wasn't a huge WCW guy. I was more of a WWE guy.
It was actually a First Blood match.
Oh, it was a first... Well, I wouldn't... Because their whole PG, which is slowly turning to like a darker PG, I don't want to... Like, they wouldn't do it be a First Blood match. Maybe some blood, but... have it just be a pinfall and submission only.
Yeah, what you gonna do? But still, that whole image just... I'm sorry, that just took me back for a minute.
Okay.
But it seems like you're pretty confident in how this match is going to turn out.
Well, we all know that Randy Orton has another great weapon in his arsenal. The
punt.
The punt.
The punt.
We all know how that's going to end up. And I actually watched this video of a house show, and they probably kind of spoiled how this match might end. Well, not end, but like one big moment that may happen in this match.
That being?
That Orton tried to go for the punt kick, and Seth Rollins dodged it and hit an RKO on Orton.
That is a nice little twist.
And, well, of course, Orton kicked out in the event. But I don't know, maybe they'll have him... Well, maybe they'll have him kick out, and then Seth Rollins does a curb stomp. I don't know. But I see something similar, I see that being put in the match. Randy Orton has the RKO ban, but he never said anything about Seth Rollins not doing it.
That would be a nice twist, and a good heel move, too.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious for this match now. I want to see if they actually end up doing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And now for the final match that really sort of made us raise an eyebrow or three. I don't know how this came about.
I love that
Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler in a Kiss Me Arse match.
I love that we say this for last, but really, our immediate reaction actually finding out this match in general, we were just like, what? Wait, what? What?
It's seriously, is this real? What?
It's like, what? What? Pumpkin? What? What?
Pumpkin?
What?
Pumpkin what?
What? What? You bring...
Well, I can't believe this is real, but it looks like it is.
You bring a fresh heel Sheamus back, and he had one hell of a comeback. His look is now growing on me, which I assumed it would. Mm. And you have him face Dolph Ziggler, which this was the other match I was talking about earlier, saying this could be a match of the night. Mm-hmm. But just because of the whole stipulation, it's awkward. But the match itself will probably be a match of the night candidate. I'm looking forward to this match, but it's just so weird considering the loser has to kiss the winner's arse. I'm like, what? I guess they're now starting whoever wins Kiss My Arse Club.
Kiss Me Arse Club.
Kiss Me Arse Club. Thank you.
You have to be Irish.
You have to be
join
Irish,
the Kiss
fella.
Me Arse Club.
So
we're to run it, fella.
Okay. This will be a fun match, but really?
Just watch it.
It's not even just a pride thing.
Balor's going to take over the Kiss Me Arse Club.
No, there should not.
Corrupting your dreams. Corrupting your dreams.
This is like I was never really that huge a fan of the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. What makes you think I'm going to be a fan of the Sheamus / Dolph Ziggler Kiss Me Arse Club?
Not at all. I just like to ruin your day.
Apparently WWE likes to ruin my day with news like this. Really? These two guys are former world champions. They were in the current Intercontinental title hunt, and they're top stars who can take over the company once like Cena and Orton and Kane and Big Show are fully gone. And you're having them do silly gimmick matches like this?
I have absolutely no clue. I'm convinced that Vince McMahon is a complete another child at this point.
Hell, did Triple H, Rock, Stone Cold, Mick Foley have matches similar like this? Undertaker?
Not that I can recall.
Exactly. This is just like pointing down to the like really young kids. And shame on you for pulling Nickelodeon fart joke-esque. Yeah, it's a Nickelodeon-esque fart joke match.
Just watch. Next week it's going to be a gack on the pole match.
Oh my god. They already had a gack with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, so I you know what? I really...
You're right. We're already there.
Oh,
now
no.
you just ruined my day. Thank you so much, fool.
Oh, hey, don't blame me. Blame WWE Nickelodeon-esque creative.
You know what? I hate to say it, but you're right. This entire week, man. This entire week has just been...
I want my WrestleMania hangover again.
I want my wrestling back. That's it. I want my wrestling back.
Although, really thinking about that moment with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose's face after the whole sliming thing was still the best thing on TV.
He did the best thing. He did as much as he could. He really did.
That was such a great face. And that whole meme that I told you about before we started recording. How it's like, I won the world title, or I won the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, I won the world title. Seth Rollins, I slept with Renee Young. Dean Ambrose,
baby.
It's still. I told you this before we started recording. It's kind of sad that. Yeah, I did see it. I did see it coming. That out of all three members of the Shield, I see Seth Rollins kind of getting the low end of the stick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as long as he actually will eventually be put in that spot, I hope like this will slowly elevate him right.
As far as I'm concerned, everyone's being built up more or less okay. I don't think any former Shield member is going to be left out in the dust for too long.
I just hope that this whole feud that Dean Ambrose has with Luke Harper is actually going to, stem to something. Or is it just time to fill for Dean Ambrose?
Honestly, neither answer would surprise me, but hey, Dean Ambrose, as far as I'm concerned, is still very much over.
Oh, yes, of course.
Luke Harper, we all know, is capable of putting on a great match. And even if this is a filler match, this is going to be one of the best filler matches that we're going to see in quite a long time.
I just hope this isn't a pre-show match.
Even if it is, I think it'll be one of the best damn pre-show matches you're going to see.
I agree. I just think that both Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose deserve more than just being put on the pre-show.
Oh, heck yeah. I think a lot of these guys do, but then again, not everyone in WWE is getting their just desserts.
All right.
But
yeah.
Yeah, you can't argue there.
In other words, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. However, we still want to know what you think. So, of course, you got some thoughts. Who's doing well? How stupid is the build-up to Extreme Rules? We want to know from you guys. So, of course, as always, drop us a line. Comment on this video if you want to drop us a line that way. You can also contact us on Twitter. Contact us at ScholarsOW. That's the word Scholars, OW. You can also contact any one of us on our own private personal Twitter handles. The annotation should be around there somewhere. As always, you can also like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see more, and you can also like our Facebook page at the Scholars of Wrestling Show for more stuff, free entertainment on your Facebook wall, on your Facebook feed, posting stuff all the time. It's a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have one question for you.
One question, yes.
I don't know if this was a whole one-time deal, but apparently they brought back they brought a face Fandango, and he did the Fandangoing with the English crowd.
I saw that. I hope that sticks.
Here's an idea for even you people to our listeners. Little afterthought for tonight's episode. How would you react if they had Fandango, Adam Rose, and Zack Ryder join up as a faction?
What would they call themselves?
JOB 2.0.
I was gonna say, don't say Job Squad 2.0. I was like, okay, you went there.
Well, that was more of a joke, but seriously though.
Yeah, seriously, you're probably right. In all honesty,
they would be, but you know what? It gives these guys something to do.
You're right, and you know what? That's probably going to be why they're going to do it.
Oh, they're not going to do it because they're not going to waste their time and lack of creativity for it.
The 3-man band, 3MB, was a thing at one point. Just remember that.
But they had more hope on. Wow, is Heath Slater still in WWE?
Heath Slater is still around.
Oh my God! Now you have a fourth member.
There you go.
And you have Jack Swagger, which I called it. I called it on the show months ago. Hell, last year I called it on for both you and Brian. You both said that his match with Rusev was going to be a revitalize of his career, and I said no, it wasn't. It was a waste of time filler. And where is he now?
Superstars?
Exactly. Main event superstars. Thank you. Mic dropped. I'm gone.
Well, wow. I guess I just got schooled.
You and Brian got schooled, and he can't defend himself right now, so I'm taking his douche title and saying, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you?
Well, I guess the only thing you can say right now is that you are the scholar of wrestling, and we have just been schooled.
You're welcome. I like this ending.
I don't.
Oh.